Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We've got this replay action coming at you right now. It is going to be some replays that Vinny sent me. Our good old friend here. Vinny, he's got some good stuff for us. He's going to be taking on a Protoss player here, apparently. His name is Cuda. So we'll ask him a little bit about that. What we'll do is, after we get these videos made up, we'll try and have him post a little bit of information underneath them on the YouTube channel. That'll be helpful for everybody. So that way he can tell us kind of who these players are, and when he got to play them, and things like that. That'll be good information to know. Either that, or maybe I can start gathering that before we start casting. We'll see. We'll see, one or the other. But it is going to be Vinny on Xel'Naga. He is our blue Terran up here in the top right-hand corner. Down here in the bottom left, it is Cuda playing as that red Protoss. Looks like a wall-off going to be starting here for Vinny. And so far, no scouting, but it appears to be standard openers. Thus far, Cuda with his pylon placement here, close to the Nexus. I'm going to keep it nice and close. Oh, wow. And so Vinny wants us to know, number one, that his 1 vs. 1 record currently, I'm assuming here in Season 5 is what he's talking about, is 33-14. Not a bad little deal there for Vinny. My goodness, that's actually extremely good stuff. Notice we do have our barracks going down here for Vinny in fairly good time. And I assume momentarily we're going to see an orbital command on the way. Back here at Cuda's base, we do have the gas as well as the gateway going down. Looks like standard opener thus far. He is going to be sending out the scout. Both of these guys scouting at just about the same time. You can see Vinny's scout here cruising out across the field. He's happy, ready to go. Good old SCV. And here goes your probe. Not going to cross paths quite yet. That's alright. We do see that scout from Vinny about to cruise in here. What is he going to see? How is he going to react? How long is he going to spend in here? Always good questions. And here momentarily we do have a Cybercore going down for Cuda. He's going to be cruising up this ramp. However, Vinny has blocked it off completely, and his nice little SCV there is going to get himself out of harm's way, and Cuda going to have to back out here for just a little while. Notice we did have that orbital command go down right at the perfect time. Ooh, Vinny going to be cruising back here to a hidden location potentially with his SCV. I wonder, could it be some shenanigans? Now, I haven't seen this replay, so it'll be kind of interesting to see where he's going to go from here, but we do have our second racks going down as well as a tech lab. Interesting. So starting with the tech lab there, he still has an SCV kicking it in Cuda's base. Just the one gas so far for Vinny, though, but he is tossing down 3 barracks. 3 barracks, 1 with the tech lab. It is working on stim here right away, so we could see a stim timing push out of Vinny. Not a bad play. And back here at Cuda's base, we've got 2 more gateways going down. Looks like he's waiting for something. What is it going to be? A 4th gateway. 4 gates from Cuda. Has he stalled probe production? Indeed he has. Right at 20, so a textbook type of 4 gate here. It appears he does have a forward pylon going down and a zealot cruising up the ramp. Looks like Vinny going to go ahead and chase this guy off. But it looks as though Cuda is going to get aggressive here, but he is going to lose this zealot here. Down goes the zealot. That's a big loss for him already at this point. Stim is about a third of the way complete. Looks like he is going to have plenty of units to chase off this 4 gate initial push. We'll see if Cuda is going to proceed with further aggression here or not. Oh my goodness, he's going to toss down 2 more pylons there. Poking in with that stalker. He doesn't want to lose that stalker. He's absolutely going to need that. Looks like these pylons are going to take just a moment to complete, but Vinny is going to back out here and play defensively. He's going to go ahead and toss down a bunker here. This is not a bad play, especially considering that Cuda is committing to this attack. Those double pylons here really shows commitment. I think Vinny's making a very, very smart move to go ahead and back out here, toss down this bunker. He should have this sucker up and running here momentarily. Cuda going to be cruising up the ramp here, however. Oh, it looks like this bunker is going to be stalled here for just a moment, but Vinny's still with a good amount of units out on the field, pulling 4 SCVs. Great number. He's going to get back to building this bunker ASAP. Cuda about ready for his next warp in. He does have that sentry here, and 1 more sentry here from Cuda. Well, he doesn't have quite enough gas. He's really going to need at least 2 force fields here to block these bunkers from getting repaired. Notice that Vinny's still at the ready with his with his SCVs here ready for that repair. He's got them on auto repair. This is a great play here from Vinny, so he should be able to hold this off. He's got that one bunker chock full of Marines. 2 of them are half dead, so smart. He's keeping those wounded Marines in that bunker. And it looks as though Cuda is going to be warping in. He's got some more units cruising out across the field, but he's transitioning at the same time into his second base. Now that's kind of an interesting play, so he's using this more as a contain now at this point. And Vinny, real quick, just so you guys know why he backed out. Part of his reasoning, this is great insight into his gameplay here, that he was afraid that Cuda already had a pylon at the gold, so that warp-ins would be at the ready. So that's why he went ahead, backed out. But regardless, I mean, this is really smart play. Very smart play here from Vinny. Cuda, in the meantime, just kicking it here. He is transitioning into that second base, as well as tossing down a robotics facility. So he's really trying to use this as more of a contain now. Notice that Vinny is beefing up his unit composition here. 65, now 66 to 48, almost 20. Going to cruise down here with just 2 Marauders, actually doing a lot of damage there. Nice play. Definitely at the ready. This contain here is about to be broken, I would assume. Vinny not going to wait too very long. He's going to go ahead and salvage his bunkers. Look at this. Knows exactly what's going on. Knows that Cuda's just trying to hold him into the base. He doesn't want to wait too long before that second. He doesn't even have to scout it. I think at this point, Vinny should know that there is a second out on the field, and he wants to get down there. Notice he's pulling a lot of SCVs, but he's going to go down there and take that sucker out. He wants to put Cuda back on one base here immediately. Going to go ahead and take down these forward pylons. That will prevent any of those warp-ins becoming a counterattack. So smart play there. Looks like he is going to go ahead and take out that probe as well with a couple SCVs. And down the map he goes. We'll see if he's going to be able to make this happen. Notice that Cuda is going to be chrono boosting out some Immortals here, pulling a couple probes and sending them down to the low ground. Kind of interesting. I think that at this point for Cuda, he needs to consider the idea that he needs to sack this base. This base is probably going to be costly for him to try and defend, and too costly, actually. So looks like Vinny is going to be in position, going to go ahead and toss down a bunker here. And cruising in with everything he's got. Second bunker going to be going down. He's got plenty of Marines and Marauders out on the field, going to be cruising up this ramp. Good force field there from Cuda. However, there's not going to be any more force field. Well, I guess he could warp in something else. He's got just barely enough gas to warp in another. He's going to need one more force field, but this base is going to go down, and oh, wow. Cuda just bailing the game there. No GG. That is okay. Vinny definitely got the better of him in that game. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for watching. Our next game for Vinny will be coming at you here momentarily, so don't alt-tab, always alt-StarCraft to catch you guys then. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We've got more replay action coming at you. It is Vinny taking on now Dan. He's got, I don't know how he always finds these guys with really short names, but I love it. They have really easy names to pronounce, really easy names to read. Makes me super happy. That's perfect for somebody like me. But Vinny going to be taking on now a Zerg player. I love it. This is going to be a nice little replay pack here from Vinny, who is currently spawning down here at the 6 o'clock position. He is our Red Terran. GLHF, GG from Vinny. Always love the manners on this guy. And Dan saying, you too, right back at him. So our Zerg player Dan spawning at the 12 o'clock position. Quite the gentleman as well. He's going to be our blue Zerg. Cross positions here on Shattered Temple. Yeah, and I do want to mention that Vinny makes a great point out here on the live stream. He says that this timer ought to already be hidden when you go in-game. I absolutely agree. Because then I have to pause the game, close it down, put all my stuff up. It does make it a little bit different. That's alright. But so far so good. Dan has figured out where his opponent is spawning just because he sent his Overlord here to this position. They cannot spawn in that close rush position, so that is going to mean by process of elimination, Dan has figured it out. He's going to be sending his Overlord to that position here momentarily. Oh my goodness. Oh, Vinny. Vinny, we've got barracks on the field. Press 1 if you love hidden barracks. He's going to keep his opponent guessing here. That is funny. What the Dan is going on? Dan. Oh, blunder. So Dan making a big mistake here. Should know better. They cannot spawn in this position here. Even on the ladder map, they cannot spawn in this position. And he is going to go ahead and take a fast hatch here. Did take that before his pool, tossing down his extractor, I assume. His spawning pool will be shortly behind. And he is currently now sending out his scout drone that he sent in the wrong direction to the correct spot. He does know exactly where Vinny is now, but he really had to eliminate it. That was like ultra process elimination. That's okay. Everybody makes those mistakes on occasion. It's just a good thing to know. You want to know your ladder maps. Notice that Dan can be cruising up here, trying to watch for any hidden units. He's trying to find where that barracks is. He's got to assume at this point that there is going to be a barracks down. Does not see it, trying to figure out. I'm guessing at this point that Dan is going to believe that it is a proxy barracks. Oh, but not now. He just figured it out because he saw the Marine. So he's going to cruise over here, wants to make sure he knows what's going on. Does see just the one barracks. And Vinny going to pick up a drone kill here with that boss Marine. Good job, buddy. Good job. Good job. And Vinny going to go ahead and bunker his opponent here. He's going to wall this sucker off. 2 bunkers going to be going down. He is going to start working on these guys as quickly as possible. Nice. Dan pulling 4 drones to try and deal with this, but these bunkers look as though... he's going to cancel that one. Oh, that's going to allow him to get a surround here. Ooh, another bunker going down. Nice little placement there. It's going to make a little pocket for these Marines to stand. That's really great building placement here. Going to be killing off a couple Zerglings. And he's going to start backing out here. Cancel, cancel for Dan. Nicely done. Did put some pressure on, did stall a lot of mine time and forcing Dan here to get out more Zerglings than he is super comfortable with. So great stuff there from Vinny. Let's just check that units tab to see where that puts him. Even on the harvester count back here at Vinny's base, however, he is securing a command center. So a good fast expansion behind that little bit of bunker rush attempt. Not too bad at all. Dan up here going to be working diligently to get this one nice and saturated. Does not have queens out on the field quite yet. He really needs to get his queens out. He's behind on his queens. This is awesome. So Vinny really threw him off of his game here. Notice that Dan is going to be grabbing a baneling nest. So he may be pushing Dan because of that little bunker trick there. Maybe pushing Dan into the potential for an all-in, I'm guessing. I don't know. There we go. We've got queens. 1 here at the natural. Still none at the main. There we go. We've got 1 at the main now coming down. He's going to be working on that metabolic speed boost. We'll see how this is going to go, though. But Dan seems to be a little bit flustered here. So back here, he is going to be cruising around with some Zerglings. But there are plenty of Marines here for Vinny. Looks like this barracks doing all of its work. Back here in the main, Vinny did toss down 3 more racks. Grabbing a double tech labs. Double the tech labs, double the fun. Stim pack going down. I assume we're going to also see either combat shield here or concussive shells. My guess is combat shield as soon as he gets up enough gas. He is mining double gas right now. And he's got this second orbital command up and running. Going to be utilizing his mules down here at his expansion. Looks to be all in good shape. Not too bad. Back here at Dan's base. Is he still droning up? Indeed he is, but not tons. Those he's transitioning into a little bit heavier Zerglings. So I do believe he's going to be going for a baneling push here in just a little while. Just the 1 gas for now, so it appears that banelings are all the tech that he's going to stick with for just a little while. Going to try and make some damage happen. There goes your banelings. We got a whole bunch cruising through the center of the map here. How many lings do we have here? Just the 6? 12 more lings in production. I assume that this is going to be a relatively... this could be a pretty effective attack here. Vinny going to be securing his 3rd here. He's going to focus down these destructible rocks. And here comes your banelings. Ladies and gentlemen, Vinny does have a supply advantage here, 54 to 48. But a lot of banelings well placed can do a heck of a lot of damage. And Dan does need to be careful. He does have... Oh, he's droning up now. So it looks like he is going to commit to this attack and then drone up behind this. Baneling's not able to get anything done there. Wow, a couple do... Oh, he goes off, but he didn't actually kill anybody there. Now it just comes down to the lings here for Dan. Dan going to be able to do a little bit extra damage here, but not tons. Great defense, great kiting, and great unit split there from Vinny. My goodness, great control over these Marines. He's going to be rebuilding these. A little bit of a mistake, though. I do want to mention, though, on Dan's part, you really want to focus your units on the attacking units of your opponent in that situation. He went ahead and let some of his lings take out supply depots here, and that is less than effective there. You guys want to be careful of that in the future. So Vinny, though, with phenomenal control, is going to be tossing down his 3rd right where he wants it. Does have this reactored barracks, and did he get a reactor up here? Yes, he did. So double tech labs now done with their combat shield and stim pack, and it appears that ViNNY going to be going for an attack here. Whoa, here we go. He's stimming out here to the center of the map. A lot of banelings here, but good kiting from ViNNY is going to put these guys behind. Oh, one did blow up. Two, and oh, he took down a couple Marines. Not too bad. ViNNY may have got just a little bit ahead of himself there, but all in all, it was a nice looking attack. Looks like Dan going to be following this up with more lings. He is currently droning up a little bit as well. He's going to be grabbing his second hatch. Looks like it is going to be a macro hatch in the back of his main. You can see out there on the mini-map. But, geez, we can't get away from this action. We'll kick it right here. We'll go check it out now. Looks like the action's over. There's his macro hatchery. Good. And it looks like Dan is going to re-baneling push this sucker. Not a bad little deal. Units lost. Let's take a look at that. Dan is significantly behind. Not by too much. It's not a game ender, but he does need to be careful as he proceeds forward here. You got to really make these banelings cost effective. And so far, ViNNY has done a great job keeping them at bay. Now, we do have a starport going to be on the way here. I assume we're going to see some medevacs here fairly shortly. And that is going to be super helpful. Here comes another attack. Great control here from ViNNY. Going to stem and take out a whole bunch of banelings. A couple banelings do go off. But great kiting here from ViNNY. He's taking out even more banelings. Look at that. Focusing down the banelings. A very smart play. Walling this sucker off completely as quickly as he can. But not tight. Just a small hole there. Needed to block that. Looks like he did get an SCV in place. Now these Marines are going to be able to do, or these rather Zerglings are going to do a little bit of extra damage here. Just because that was not tight. But all in all, I think the defense here for ViNNY should be okay. Dan is currently now ahead in the supply count. It's the first time this entire game where that has been the case. Not a bad little attack there, but ViNNY with his 3 base here should be in great shape. Notice he does have his second orbital command up and running. Now Dan should know about this. He does have a guy up there, but wow, look at this. Dan just streaming these guys in one at a time there, and ViNNY able to do a lot of damage. Looks like he's going to go ahead and wall this sucker off completely. Finally. Good job, ViNNY. Should have plenty of units now. We do have a reactored starport pumping out double medevacs. This is really going to increase the survivability of these Marines. Should make them that much more effective against these ling attacks. A couple Marines going to stem up here and take out this Overlord. Dan not going to be super happy about that, but he is definitely not going to get supply blocked here, but he is going to be recollecting his forces in the center of the map. Bunch of banelings and a bunch of Zerglings. Notice he is getting that centrifugal hooks. That will really help here. ViNNY out on the live stream gives hearts. He says, "Mass Marines, heart." Don't blame him, man. They are super fun. Looks like Dan going to go for the backdoor attack here. Not a bad play, but he did not take down the Zelnaga tower here. He's not holding it, so he doesn't see this attack coming, and ViNNY is going to be pushing an attack. Looks like these rocks are going to hold on just long enough for this attack to begin, and that is going to put Dan significantly out of position. Notice that ViNNY did remedy that supply count discrepancy there. He is now way the heck ahead. Supply blocking Dan here is not a good situation. Ladies and gentlemen, this could be our game-ending push from ViNNY. Stemming forward here, he's going to be taking out quite a few units. Going to force Dan off the mineral line here, who is currently trying to secure his third. But all of those, oh wow, look at that. All of those drones just disappearing there. Banelings cruising in here are doing a lot of damage, but ViNNY's still way ahead in the supply count. 83, and he is remaxing an army here. Back here in his main, he's got quite a few of those Marines out on the field. He's going to go ahead and evacuate these medevacs. Now, a great surround there from Dan that did help him hold on, but he has got to consider the fact that he is way behind now, and being aggressive here may not be his best play. He is going to go back here, I assume, to these destructible rocks and start working on these again. I think he really wants to deny the third here of ViNNY. This is a good play from him, good decision-making in some respects, but he has to be careful with this army. If he does lose this army in a non-defensive position, then ViNNY will be going for a big counterattack, and that could be it. So that was almost game-ending there. He did force Dan back down to 2 bases. Notice he did take out this hatchery. Great snipe there. I love it. Yeah, you can press 2 for Mass Marines. Go ahead, Goku. But it looks like these rocks are finally going to go down. In the meantime, ViNNY is going to toss down a wall. Interesting play. Going to have plenty of Marines here for defense. More Marines gathering here in the center of the map, or actually in the natural rather. And it looks like Dan now kind of in this sticky predicament where his backdoor attack has been denied. Essentially denied. Baneling's cruising in. Actually, ViNNY didn't even kite there. Probably could have kited a little bit. May not have been watching that part of the screen at that moment, but that's okay. It looks like there wasn't quite enough Banelings there from Dan to do the damage necessary. Notice that ViNNY at 137 supply, now 140 to 62 of Dan. Dan in dire straits here. He's got 22, 32 Zerglings in production, as well as some Infestors. Infestors a great choice here from Dan. Are they going to be out in good enough numbers soon enough? That is your question. Oh my goodness, this is iffy, iffy, iffy. We've got a bunch of Banelings going down here on the low ground, and here comes ViNNY cruising in. Looks like the Banelings are not going to be complete. Oh, and no Fungals going down. There we go. We've got a Fungal catching just a few units there, but ViNNY does now know to stay away from that cliff. That Fungal actually doing quite a bit there. Nice control there from ViNNY, splitting that army there, and GG from Dan. Nicely played from both players. ViNNY taking it down with Mass Marine. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for watching. Don't alt tab always on StarCraft. The next game will be coming at you here momentarily. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've got more replay action coming at you. It is ViNNY. The game 3 that he sent me this morning. I'm super excited for this one. The first 2 were phenomenal. And in this one, he's currently taking on another Zerg opponent. It's going to be on Shakur's Plateau. His name is NwVeyron. I actually kind of like that. Veyron. I'm trying to think where I heard that name before. I can't remember. But I definitely have heard that before. I'm trying to think where it is. Can't remember. But it is, regardless, it is a cool name, Veyron. I like it. It is going to be ViNNY as our red Terran player. He is up here in the top right-hand corner in cross positions. It is Veyron spawning as our blue Zerg. Good stuff. We'll see how this is going to go from here. Veyron a little bit slow on the draw with his Overlord, it appears. Didn't get that guy out and running quite soon enough, but that's okay. Should be just fine. It is going to be in cross position, so it's going to take him a little while. Probably have to send a drone to get some scouting in on ViNNY regardless, because that Overlord is super, super slow. Good luck, have fun, GG, and good luck right back at him there from Veyron. I do want to mention that I said that ViNNY sent these replays to me this morning, and he says that on the live stream. Actually, sir, it is evening for me. So that's funny. That's funny. He does live in Europe. So good stuff, though. We do have what appears to be a fast expand here from Veyron about to go down. Indeed, indeed. No scouting from ViNNY quite yet. So probably not going to see a super fast rush, but there is the potential. Notice the positioning of this barracks here. He could toss this down to the low ground if he wanted, and that is going to shorten the distance quite a bit there. Walking distance there for those Marines. But so far so good. It appears to be a standard opener for ViNNY. He is checking his base here just to make sure. I love it when people don't take for granted, you know, that scouting intel. I mean, he would have seen, if his opponent had spawned in this position, he would have seen an Overlord in that position. Now we do have a drone here from Veyron. He is going to make it into ViNNY's base. Going to start cruising around here. So ViNNY does know by process of elimination where his opponent is, so he is going to check down here. First is going to see a hatcher going down here for Veyron, who is currently working on a spawning pool as well. No gas from him, I might add. No gas, none whatsoever. And here comes that scout from ViNNY. Where are we going, buddy? Is going to see that hatch going down. And we do have a Marine as well as an SCV going to be cruising out across the field. Whoop, actually the Marine is not going. There he goes. There he goes. Are we going to see a... Nope. I don't think we're going to see a bunker here. Maybe. It's a possibility. I doubt it. We'll see. Oh, Spine Crawler going down here for Veyron in great time. ViNNY probably not going to toss one down. If he does, he's probably going to end up canceling this because of the timing of that Spine Crawler there. Canceled, and off he goes. He's going to try and evacuate these poor Marines. Looks like one of these guys is going to die here. Too bad. And oh, lucky. He's got these guys mineral tricked to get the heck out. Just a moment. Turning around there to do a little bit of damage, but looks like he is going to evacuate in good time. These guys, however, are going to be stuck outside their base. Vinny's like, I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to have to wall this sucker off here pretty quick. Hopefully they will finish soon enough for him to let him in before they do get surrounded on the outside. Smart move, though, regardless there from Vinny. Notice he did get his command center down. Completed at 5 minutes and 15 seconds. Double gas going to be going down as well. He does have this barracks with no add-on quite yet, but there we go. He's going to let these guys in. 4 racks now out on the field. I assume here from Vinny we're going to see Mass Marine here yet again. So looking to be in pretty good shape. However, units tab going to show he is up to 20 SCVs to 20 drones, so very even economy, except when you take into account the mules, which does put Vinny significantly ahead. Now back here at NwVeyron's base, we do have that spawning pool complete, just the 1 gas out on the field. He's currently mining that sucker with 3. 1 spine crawler here, double queens. He looks to be in great shape. His economy's okay. 26 drones, he's doing okay here. Looks to be in pretty good style. Notice he's going to be putting his spine crawler in a little bit more forward position. And back here at Vinny's base, we are just pumping out, guess what? More Marines. Tech Lab going down. He is going to be working on Stim Pack here. I like it. I like it, I like it. Yep, just Marines for now. Marines, SCVs, and Mules. A good unit composition if you are Terran. But it is going to be a holding pattern here for just a little bit. Notice that ViNNYLoL still has not decided to take a third quite yet. I think he may be afraid of some aggression here from Vinny. Now they're staying relatively even in that supply count. ViNNYLoL at 44, Vinny at 46. And checking that units tab again. ViNNYLoL doing an okay job with his economy here. 33, now down to 32. He's just putting down what appears to be an Evo chamber here. But the SCVs here for Vinny, they absolutely tell the story. He's kicking it up into high gear. He's really, really kicking at his opponent's heels there economically. Actually, he's ahead when you take into account the mules. But looking good. ViNNYLoL did secure his 3rd. Pretty good time. Not too bad. Does have a scouting overlord in position to cruise in here. Looks like he is indeed going to go through. Wants to see what's going on. He is going to find the factory here. I assume that momentarily we're going to see a starport from Vinny. Going to get those medevacs out on the field is a super good idea. Here comes your overlord. Just the 1 add-on so far. Actually 2. We've got a second tech lab that is going to be working on combat shield. Triple racks down here on the low ground. Still for a wall off, not too bad. There goes your starport. However, it looks like we are going to cruise up here and take out that overlord, but he did get the scouting down on the starport. So good information there for ViNNYLoL. Is going to let him know that we're going to be going Mass Marine, potentially for some Marauders, but mostly Mass Marine and medevacs at this point. Now we do have a reactor going down on this factory. I assume that we're going to see the switcheroo here. Starport over to the reactor. Always a good idea. In the meantime, ViNNYLoL going to be building up quite a few forces. Quite a few indeed. He is going to be working on his melee attack level 1 as well as a whole bunch more Zerglings. He's got a macro hatch going down in his main. Baneling nest is complete. Looks to be in good shape. But just the 3 mining base for now. Is he going to get this sucker saturated? Don't know. We'll check it out here in just a little bit. But we do have a couple speedlings starting to gather. Bunch of banelings back here at the back. And it appears that ViNNYLoL should be in pretty good shape for a baneling bust here in just a moment. Now the nice thing for Vinny is this wall is beefy. Barracks do have 1,000 HP. That makes them super effective at taking a lot of damage from banelings. That is going to really enable this wall to hold for a good long while. But once he kills off one of these barracks, that is going to put Vinny at a potential problem if there are still banelings out on the field. Oh, he's going to break his own wall apart here. It looks like he wants to move out. He is ahead in the supply count. Vinny beefing his army up in a great way. That's a lot of Marines. They do have that combat shield as well as Stim Pack at the ready. And a bunch of medevacs going to be joining them here momentarily. Looks to be pretty good. Now from ViNNYLoL, we do see a spire going down. Let's go check to see the placement of that real quick. Where does he put his? There it is right there. Spire going down, and here comes the attack from Vinny. Vinny going to be getting nice and aggressive here. That's a good-looking army. ViNNYLoL going to have to be very, very careful with this one. He's going to want to get these banelings off in good time. There's a good amount of banelings here. It may not quite be enough, especially if Vinny is able to get some good kiting in. Good splitting there. Look at that. great splitting. Unbelievable control from this guy. Okay, banelings there, but looks like Vinny is going to hold on in pretty decent shape. Holding on to a good couple extra Marines. Wow, he should be able to cruise up here and do a lot of damage. Stim being utilized. There's plenty of heal for these units. Picking them up very, very quickly. Great control yet again. Now the supply count has evened out just a little bit there. And he's going to go ahead and drop up here on the high ground. He's got 6 medevacs, just about 1 healing medevac for each Marine out on the field. Nice. Wow, Vinny doing a great job staying aggressive with these very few units when it comes down to it. And going to probably back out here, back to his base. He did scout the Mutalisk play here, it appears. And, oh, look at that. He put all those guys up on the high ground there. That's cute. I like it. But he is going to be working on some missile turrets here at this point, which is a smart play. Got to love missile turrets going down. Marine's going to be picking up a few free kills here. And picked up. Nicely done. Oh, wow. Wonderful control. Oh, wow. A lot of banelings getting absolutely wasted there. Here comes your Mutalisks. Not going to be able to clean that up. That is way too many Marines here. Way too many Marines with way too much heal. Looks like he is going to go for some attacks here, though, with these Mutas. He does have a couple now in the red. Look at that guy's about to die, unfortunately, here. But Vinny is starting to pull into the lead here, it looks like, in his supply count. But ViNNYLoL's got to be careful. He does have a good pack of Mutas out, but he's really going to have to be cost-effective with these guys. Trying to take out this Orbital Command, a good idea. However, here comes Stim Marines right underneath, and way too slow on the draw there for ViNNYLoL. That is a big mistake. It's really going to make a big difference here. Vinny taking a substantial lead, I think, after that. That's a lot of gas units to lose. A lot of gas units indeed. Vinny with a couple guys down here on the low ground, going to pick these guys up. And swooping in with the Mutalisks after he picks them up is a smart play there. Looks like he's going to go ahead and drop them on the high ground again. And look at that, ViNNYLoL. Still, man, I just don't think he's backing out fast enough with these very, very costly units. These Mutalisk series really got to keep these guys alive a little bit longer and get more done with them. You don't want to be engaging Marines. Marines are free when it comes down to it, ladies and gentlemen. Free. They're free units. Vinny doesn't even have to mine to get these units, essentially. I mean, they're so cheap, and your Mutalisks are so very expensive, rather. Just got to be super careful. Looks like your drop going to be going down. Vinny is going to lose the rest of these guys. Too bad, but he has been so cost-effective with those very, very cheap units there. Not too bad, and here comes a very big push from Vinny. He's going to be blinding that tower there for just a moment. He's got a good bunch of healing at the ready here. Stimming in. Vinny's still ahead in that supply count, looking to be pretty good shape. He's going to drop some of these Marines up here on the high ground. I like this play from him. He's really abusing this terrain here. In the meantime, looks like ViNNYLoL going to try for a little bit of a counterattack. I just don't think this is going to work out for him. Siege tank going to be here. Looks like he may get the kill here. In the meantime, Vinny is going to go base race scenario here. Not a bad play. Yes, we do have another command center going down. A couple of these Zerglings cruising into the base, but this hatchery has gone down here for ViNNYLoL. Is a big loss, and Vinny with these whole slew of Marines cruising in here is now going to start working on the tech, as well as a whole bunch of military units coming out one at a time there, taking those suckers down. Nice play here from Vinny. He's got plenty of heal to keep these guys at the ready. Macro hatch going to go down, and your main hatch going to go down as well. Nice control. Look at him kiting forward there, getting these guys into the position that he wants. Beautiful play, and that is game. ViNNYLoL having to bail. Way too much to handle. Oh, wow. Beautiful play. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for watching. That is going to be it for the day. I know Vinny does have another replay for me, but I do apologize. I do not have time to get it done. Right now, I do have to go out of town for just a moment. I got to run 30 minutes down the road and pick up some shirts. So, but good stuff. Thanks so much, guys. We'll be definitely doing some more Vinny replays. I can tell everybody enjoys them quite a bit, as well as myself. But we'll catch you guys later. And don't alt tab, always alt StarCraft. See you guys then.